Even if you just downloaded iOS 14 and have started digging through all of its fancy new features, there are few steps you can take to make your iPhone even better. Let's face it, Apple's default settings aren't always the best settings to help you get the most out of your iPhone. For instance, Do Not Disturb is disabled right out of the box, which means that your iPhone will continue to beep at you throughout the night, causing light sleepers to wake up. Who wants that? Instead, Quick Dip into Settings can automatically silence your phone all night long. Take advantage of Dark Mode to save battery life and put Control Center to work for you by changing your phone settings. Read on for all our tips, and note that we regularly update this article as Apple adds new features and settings. And now, take few minutes to adjust these 8 settings and save yourself from potential frustrations down the road. 1. Turn on Do Not Disturb. I often wonder how got full night of sleep before Do Not Disturb was added to iOS. When turned on, Do Not Disturb silences all alerts on your iPhone. Either using set schedule or on demand, your notifications will still be waiting for you when you wake up in the morning, but by turning on DND, your phone won't make so much as beep or ping about Facebook updates and work emails. If you're worried about someone needing to get hold of you in case of an emergency, you can tell DND to make your phone ring when you get repeat calls from the same number. You can also decide if you want to always allow calls from contacts you've added to your favorites. 2. Make text easier to read with couple taps on your iPhone screen. You can adjust the font size to make it easier to read. Open Settings and go to Display and Brightness. Text size, where you can use the slider until you're happy with the font size. For little added oomph, you can turn on bold text. It's just below the text size button. 3. Add more fingerprints to Touch ID. The iPhone SE is Apple's latest iPhone, and it brings back the home button with Apple's Touch ID fingerprint sensor. During the initial setup process, iOS walks you through adding fingerprint, but it doesn't give you the option to add more than one at first. After your phone is set up, you can go register more fingerprints for easier access. Open Settings, Touch ID and Passcode. Enter your PIN, add fingerprint, and go through the enrollment process. Going forward, you won't have to think about which finger unlocks or approves purchase. 4. Add an alternate appearance to Face ID. Apple's facial recognition feature Face ID constantly learns and relearns different aspects of your face with each scan. If you're struggling to get Face ID to consistently recognize you, try the alternate appearance option. Go to Settings, Face ID and Passcode, enter your PIN, set up an alternate appearance, and go through the process of enrolling your face again. 5. Disable auto brightness for longer battery life. Your iPhone's screen brightness level can have big impact on battery life. By default, iOS will automatically adjust the display's brightness based on how much light the ambient sensor detects, but if you want to take complete control, you can disable auto brightness, meaning whatever you set the brightness level to is what it will stay at until you adjust it again. Open Settings, Accessibility, Display and Text Size, and at the bottom of the page you'll find Switch to turn off auto brightness. Now whenever you want to adjust your screen, you can do so by opening Control Center with swipe up from the bottom of the screen on device with Home button, or swipe down from the top right corner on newer iPhone 6. Dark Mode is where it's off. If you don't want to have to repeatedly adjust your screen's brightness, you can use iOS 13's dedicated dark mode that's been proven to save on battery life. Dark mode converts all of the white backgrounds in apps to more often than not black background. In turn, your phone is able to save battery power thanks to the darker colors. Turn it on by going to Settings, Display and Brightness, and selecting the dark option at the top of the screen. Apple's apps will automatically switch to dark color scheme, and most third-party apps have also adopted the feature. 7. Triager privacy settings. The first time you set up phone and all of your apps, you're bombarded with prompts asking for permissions to access personal information ranging from tracking your location to your Apple Health information or your camera roll. It's far too easy to get in the habit of approving everything just so you can use the app, but take few minutes and go through your privacy settings and tailor what each app can and can't see. We walk you through the process in 2 quick steps. 8. Control Center puts everything. Tap in, swipe away. Control Center is convenient spot to quickly change songs, turn on airplane mode, connect to Wi-Fi or start timer, but there's so much more to it than that. You can quickly turn your flashlight on, check on timer, or start recording your screen with quick swipe and tap. Customize which apps and features are available in Control Center by opening Settings, Control Center, Customize Controls. Remove an option with tap on the red minus button or add an option by selecting the green Addition button. Drag features up or down using the three-line icon on the right side of the screen. Personally, like having quick access to the Wallet app, turning on low power mode and toggling dark mode. As reminder, if you have an iPhone with home button, like the new iPhone SE, you can swipe up from the bottom of the screen to open Control Center. If you have an iPhone with Face ID, like an iPhone XS or 11, you'll need to swipe down from the top right corner of the screen where the battery icon is. With your settings tweaked and your iPhone running better than ever, familiarize yourself with the best iOS 14 has to offer, along with some of the hidden features we've dug up.